Hi guys.
Hello. I was drinking water. Right on the perfect cue of the intro, making plastic noise.
Yes, all the noise. This
thank you.
week,
Thank you, Lorraine.
we have a special guest, one of my best friends. I never said his middle name out loud. I'm going to go for it, guys. His name is Carlo Alberto Orecchia.
Perfect. Yes, it is.
Yes,
That's
he's
me.
Italian.
Very Italian person. Yes.
Filmmaker, Emmy Award photographer, director. He's the host of All the Pizza.
Oh shit! Yes.
That's on Hulu.
Yes, it's
which
been on
is
Hulu
amazing.
And Apple TV run.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I just found out. No one tells me shit, but
Oh, shit.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm super excited, and hopefully
Congratulations.
this will be a vehicle to sell my other shows.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, fingers crossed. you know.
Yeah, no, I watched an episode the other night.
Oh shit!
Yeah. You're at
Okay,
Joe's
well,
Pizza.
it's trippy. It's very trippy. There's some episodes where I get brain scanned.
Oh, wow.
Before and after pizza. Yeah, it's nuts.
Or should we not ask that?
No,
Or
well,
what are the results?
The results are that it cures anxiety completely and depression. No, it's not true.
Pizza does?
Yeah, pizza. Well, but that's so. Here's the reason. No, it's true.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, we went to an addiction center in Beverly Hills. Like, this is super legit with like a straight up doctors and nurses and
Whoa.
or whatever they were. But yeah, like, so brainwaves wise, I have compulsive behavior because I'm insane, and I have OCD. I have all these germophobias and FOMO and fear of commitment, probably my biggest fear. And then, it's very common in Los Angeles. And then, so you see all this fucking craziness in the waves in the computer once you plug your brain into this machine. And then right after you eat pizza, that all goes away.
Wow.
Except there's one line apparently that arise in existence that I wasn't aware of depression. And I'm like, huh.
After pizza? Is
Yeah.
it the feeling
So,
after you feel like
well,
guilt?
Who knows? My thought, it was like, oh, the nostalgia aspect, the sadness that comes from like missing my own country, missing my mom, blah, blah, blah. Probably
Could be
straight up
that.
depression. I'm like, fuck, what's going on with my life?
Wow.
Keep eating pizza all the time.
But you just told me that you had 2 nights of eating pizza and
What?
you feel like,
Yeah, I feel like my life is over.
yeah.
But not really, like physically. Also, my belly is bleeding right now after a
Yeah.
5 months ago surgery. It's still open.
It's crazy, but he's still out, like Carlo just said he suffers from FOMO, which if you don't know what that is the fear of missing out.
It's the best fear to have.
Yes.
Unless
It's a good fear.
Unless it gives you negative output or results or effects. I transform the FOMO into going out and literally doing all the things.
He goes to every event.
However, well, whatever.
No,
here's the
no,
deal.
but
No,
not
here's
every
my
event.
positive spin of this. I try to value my friendship by showing up to the things I get invited to,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't, and it's
Yeah.
kind of annoying because after a while, then you fucking don't get invited anymore, or I don't invite you anymore if you don't stop.
Yeah, that's
if you never
true.
show up. So my way of honoring friendships is to go to things that I get invited to, whatever that is. If it's a birthday, dinner, pizza nights, happened to be 2 nights in a row. I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. But,
That's
on
good.
on this path, I'm going to die really young if I keep going like this. But
Which I'm hoping to die young as well,
well, we're here for a good time,
right?
not a long time.
I want to live good, and then but that's actually going to take us to if we're missing anything right now, we'll come back to it. But
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I love the randomness of flowing of consciousness here.
because you reminded me that the reason why you came and moved to LA was because of a psychic. Who told you that you were going to die
Oh
young?
shit! But hold on, hold on. Unrelated.
Okay,
The two
okay.
things are that's true. I'm psychic when I was a kid in a fucking one of those vacations hotels where you go with your parents when you're like 8 years old. Saw my hands and she's like, "Oh fuck, you're gonna die really young." I'm like, "Fuck off! You don't say that to a kid, even if it's
Yeah,
100%
that's
true," which it isn't, because it's okay if I die young, but it's for sure unrelated to my lines of my hand. However, very. But that's the thing. So she told me this. I'm like, but don't worry because you're gonna be extremely successful and rich and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, but fuck it. I don't want to die young. I was 8 years old. To me, young was like, Anyway, who knows what's young now? We're gonna live to 180 probably. So maybe young is 100. So it's fine. Probably too much time. I don't want to live.
I think 50s or younger is too young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not if you're in your 60s. I'm not saying it's over, but you hear somebody died at 62, you don't go, that's so young. No, you don't say that. But if you hear 40s, you go, well, that's young to die.
But now it's different because what I thought that was old then is not. So now, even when I'm like, if I was dating like a 40 guy that's almost 50 or 50, I'd be like, oh, he's young. But so my mind is different. So maybe my young is 70.
It depends. So here's the deal. I think it depends on the lifestyle.
You're right.
In fact, time doesn't exist. Age doesn't exist. It's it's the meaning that we give it to. Like we make that shit up.
Yeah.
Outside of us, there's no time.
Einstein said that.
I love that.
There's no time. So whatever, society makes you feel guilty of dating an older person or a younger person. Of course, it sounds like I'm justifying pedophilia. No. Of course, it's that fucked up.
I don't think anybody was thinking that.
Well, no, for sure. Well, because on the opposite extreme, you're like, oh, you're justifying dating an older person or a young person.
Right.
No. Still fucked up if it's going too old on the or too young on the extremes.
Yes.
I guess.
Man, you Italians are so free, man. Age.
Yeah, right.
You're
All the rules.
Young,
from society.
old, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure how is the law in Italy, but I don't think you go to jail for whatever, I think there's some whatever.
There's no age limit of like
yeah, but
how
I think
young
it's
you can
important
have sex
to get. Here's the deal: like once you cross the threshold of 20s, age doesn't matter for real. But before that, it fucking does.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of true. Like you're gonna traumatize irreversibly forever someone because you think you're whatever. Weird argument here. Weird topics.
No, it's different.
But that's the thing. So dating older, it's fine. It's totally fine. Lorraine, if you want to date an 85 years old person that has the lifestyle of us mid 20s, mid 30s.
No, honestly, I that's the thing. You're right, because a lot of people that are older also just in a world we live in Los Angeles, people are very healthy, as we are not. Just kidding. No, we are.
We are not.
We are. No, I mean,
we're healthier.
We're getting healthier.
Healthier. We are. We treat ourselves with very delicious, healthy food. Mm-hmm. But then we drink and we party. We don't sleep. We travel. We work. Blah blah blah. That's not healthy at all.
No.
I do think though that is a great lifestyle. It matches
That's what it should be.
will and what we want.
I feel like we're passionate people and we live to enjoy life and do things that we love.
Yeah, what are we working for?
Exactly. That's the European guys that get on that shit.
Yeah, what are you working for? What are you working for?
I'm working for like even now just enjoying the time that you have now, because if we're just working for that one day, then we get there, it's like what were you not doing that whole time?
Then you're an old piece of shit and you have no energies to do fucking nothing, and you can travel, you can party, you can do anything. But if you do that the whole time, you're even not gonna get there. You just enjoy the present time, you just be in the present. I love that. Yeah, but coming back to if we're old or not and dying young and moving to America, I moved to America for different reasons, unrelated to the fact that I was gonna die young, but kind of, now that I think about it, maybe related, because I was just like, oh fuck, what if I'm actually dying tomorrow or 5 years from now? Like with that in mind, it kind of pushes me to try crazy shit, like live in Italy and all my family and moving to America by myself. It's nuts. But what was I gonna do? Work in a fucking office in Italy?
Yeah. Well, you said all your family, you come from like, weren't you going to school to be a doctor?
Yeah, I did some years of medical school. I did business school after. I finished that one. I quit medical school, of course, because 4 years of that drove me insane. And I did business, marketing, management, economics, blah, blah, blah. And I hated it. But how, it's helpful-ish a little bit.
Were you good at
sterile. It? No, it was fine. But the thing is very non-creative and... the few things that they are creative inside, I just love them so much, which were just like commercial filmmaking kind of vibe. And that's basically what I do today. But, I've been doing this as a hobby my whole life. And in Italy, there's no such thing as like following your dreams and be creative and follow your passion and make it a career, blah, blah, blah. Not at all. Like if you do that, you're insane. You always have to follow the safest path and do what your family's been doing. Like if your family is doctors from generations ago, you're gonna be a doctor, even if whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So or lawyers or architects or engineers or whatever. Dentist. So the fuck is that? Like, it's like arranged marriage in India. It's like you're gonna marry someone you don't love just because your parents said so. I'm like, you're not gonna be happy. In some cases, maybe yes, but it's out of luck.
Or what about if you were still in Italy, would you have just married? Would you be married by now and have kids, or what was your?
Well, here's the deal: the social pressure of that, it's heavy there. So maybe yes, out of social pressure, but never wanted that for real. Like in my own mind, since I was a kid, I'd never felt that was a natural way of going through the path of life. Yeah. Still now, it's stronger than ever. I'm like, I think that's not right for everybody. It works for some, and you should do it if you want to, but not do it because everybody else does it. Getting engaged, getting married, having kids, buying a house, blah, blah, blah. All this, cruise control, prepackaged, single-serving life.
Yeah, it's hard to get not caught up into that. There's moments where I feel like I would ride waves of it, and I would talk to you, and you would remind me, no, Lorraine.
Lorraine, you're a free individual. You don't have to follow the rules. As long as you don't murder people and you don't as long as you don't go to jail, I mean, don't do illegal shit first, but let's live a free life from whatever other smaller rules are there.
Yeah.
Just don't murder people, Lorraine. Just don't murder people.
No, for sure.
First thing. And then you can follow the other rules,
Yeah.
You can break the other rules, sorry. Follow the main rules and then break the other ruals.
Okay. I'll watch the video and try to get that. I think that might went over my head a little bit.
What?
Don't break the rules, but then break the rules.
Well, don't break the main rules, the ones that, allow you freedom, basically. Just stay out of jail.
Okay.
The law.
Check.
Yeah, but not the law, because some laws are dumb.
Most of the law.
Yeah, probably. I don't know all the laws, but I'm saying
he's from
the
Italy.
most common
know
ones.
The laws here.
Who knows? I'm just, I just try to behave and be a desirable member of society. But I'm not gonna get married because everybody else does. I'm not gonna, I don't know, buy a house with kids' rooms and shit like that because everybody else does. I'm like, I'm just gonna see what works for me, and then do that. Of course, who cares? No one fucking cares. I told you this on our trip in Italy. Then in Italy, literally no one cares.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's great. It's true.
No one cares.
No one does.
There's a name for that. Like a psychologist gave it a name. When the process of you overthinking of what other people think, but in reality, everybody is in that space. So literally no one cares about anybody else but themselves. So never. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you know what? I've been hashtagging no one cares.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for quoting me.
But did you know that hashtag is insanely a good hashtag that people brings many extra viewers? It's a very popular hashtag that people don't know about. So
I'm going to hashtag my photos now.
Yeah.
No one cares. In fact, it matches some photos.
Yeah.
No one cares.
No one cares.
It's true. Well, I forgot the fucking name. I'm hoping someone. I don't know if you have comments in this thing after YouTube. You post this on YouTube?
I will post it on YouTube. Yes.
YouTube.
So
Great.
if you guys
so
listen
comments
to
on
it,
YouTube.
put in
Give
the
me the name,
comments.
please, of this mental process. It's something that I forgot who named it. Some psychologist, some Freudian students or something. No one cares.
No one cares.
Everybody's so self-absorbed on their own things. They're never gonna think. Like you go out of a conversation after a party. You go out and you feel like, oh fuck, I should have said that. And like you rewrite. How do you say? You rerun.
Yeah.
The conversation in your head, overthinking. Literally, everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
It just comes out of, I guess, insecurity or something. But like, no one cares. Whatever you say, you do. It's fucking who cares? No one gives a shit.
And even that saying where they say, like, if you don't show you, and you're like, sometimes with the FOMO thing, sometimes you're like, I'll feel bad if I don't go to this party. But in the end, does anyone even care?
Well, here's the deal.
Actually,
that's a
Some people might care about
You're right. Okay.
Some people.
No one's like,
if it's your friends, yes. Hopefully, they will care. But I'm saying.
Yes.
But you give it like the wrong spin.
I'm doing the wrong spin. Okay.
The FOMO is not for other people that you show up. It's also for other people. But it's for yourself. Yes. It's to allow yourself, to have one extra experience. It's like an extra.
Yeah.
Like a mini game in life. Like comparing this to whatever video game people might relate to. You add a mini game to your story, to your main arc. Let's do this mini game. Let's add this other mini game. That makes sense?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it too trippy?
Actually, should we
get high?
Let's get high.
I have Maui Wawi.
It tastes delicious.
It's a vape, so it's probably safe to smoke it here. It basically doesn't have any smoke, and it tastes like pineapple.
For sure.
It's delicious.
As many years as I have been smoking weed, I always sometimes don't inhale by accident. That's a problem that I do.
By accident?
Yeah, but you.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Well, it does nothing if you don't inhale it. It's the one in your mouth that you have to inhale.
Did I do it?
I think you did.
It's funny how some people have trouble with that.
I don't know why.
Just breathe in.
You want to smoke?
No, I'm all right. Thank you, man.
What? Now you're going to be sober judging us?
It's going to be very judgmental, just so you know, yeah. I have notes. I have judgment notes.
We're going to be checking all the marks of your judgments.
I'm also drinking White Claw.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were drinking Perrier.
Oh, no. Ruby grapefruit.
And for the audiences watching this and not in this time, it's 1 p.m.
I'm waking up and I just feel like it's going to get me going for the day. It's like soda water with a little kick.
I agree. I don't think...
Have you had
By the way, you can do whatever you want, Lorraine.
You're right.
You're allowed to drink before 5 p.m. because who gives a shit?
Thank you.
Don't feel like you're
it's
labeled.
It's hump day, guys.
It's Sunday?
It's hump day.
Oh, yeah. I never understood that. What the fuck does that mean? Hump day? I thought it was a sexual thing.
It's just a.
Is it a sexual thing?
It's actually a sad term because it's an idea that is giving people the permission to have a good time on a Wednesday by saying that after today you're on the back half of the week. But the funny thing is about
hump.
I
get it now.
The 5-day week. That's like Monday through Friday.
Can I deconstruct that for you?
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. It's sad because it's like, to your point, you can drink any day. It doesn't have to be Wednesday.
For sure.
You're just celebrating the midpoint or the fact that you're at the end of the midpoint.
So before the Industrial Revolution, here's fun facts about the fucking week that we work.
Yeah.
People used to work 2 days a week, 1 day a week, and everything else was leisure and life, which I fully approve that.
Wow.
Then it became 7 days a week because we were fucking building shit with the Industrial Revolution and doing all the things and just going through that thing. And then because of religious thing, I would say thank God in this case, as usually I don't do that. But like Saturday and Sunday became free, open for leisure. But isn't that insane? And now 5 days out of 7 are just occupied by work. Now for me, I have my own crazy fucking schedule, but I had to reshape my life to chase for that freedom.
That's the hard part. It just takes a lot of effort to formulate your life outside of that system. You just, you know, it takes as much effort, more effort than it takes to work a 5-day week, but it's better effort. It's It's better work applied to shaping your life instead of doing that 5-day-a-week plan.
The reward is huge. If you get there, of course it's hard work, but then in fact you might work even twice as much to get there.
To get there, yeah.
But
it's fulfilling work.
But then you have, you have the freedom, and freedom tastes delicious.
Dude, your accent is amazing. I just want that sound bite in my
freedom tastes delicious.
Oh God, that's
freedom for you and yours. Quality freedom.
On the health conversation, there was a time when I first met you and you were eating pizza every day.
Yeah, and before that, there was a time that I was eating In-N-Out burger quite often.
Yeah.
I reduced pizza and In-N-Out majorly. Now I treat myself with a trout fillet or a salmon fillet with veggies and boring shit. But, I trick my brain.
You've been eating salads. Every time I see you.
Well, I had to because,
salad. Or you eat a salad.
I almost died in July. So I had to kind of stay in shape. It feels good. That's the thing. Like
was that really
you don't
deadly? Were you? That's that
well,
a thing?
basically, yeah. By the time they opened me up, it was almost too late. Thank God I scheduled it that day. Excuse me. Burped. So you don't get addicted to the food anymore with the healthy shit. You just get really addicted to how great you feel after.
Yeah.
And then once you are in front of a fucking slice of 3 a.m. pizza that looks disgusting but also delicious at the same time, you're thinking like, what the fuck, I'm gonna feel like crap. So you're just like trading all these aspects of the equation and considering all of them. And when we go to eat healthy, we fucking feel fantastic.
Yeah,
even if you eat a ton of shit, you just feel nothing. You feel great. You don't have the after. You just have more energy after lunch, which is how it should be.
Also, maybe from the dried bananas that you eat.
The dried bananas are crack cocaine.
Carlo is.
Can I do an advertisement for this company that I actually don't remember the name? Salt Simple, I think. They do organic sun-dried bananas. It's fair trade. They're helping families. They're doing a great job. Like my T-shirt. They're doing a great job. And the bananas are not sliced. They're just like long strip that you're eating gummy bears.
They're basically every strip is a whole banana.
Basically, maybe like a half banana sliced like transversely or longitudinally. I don't know how to say that, but it's like delicious. The texture, the flavor, it's organic, it's healthy. I basically eat 40 bananas a day.
Yeah, that's exactly the case.
Maybe that's.
But they're delicious.
Good. Yeah, it's delicious. It's good for you. Potassium.
It gives you energy. You have a lot of energy.
Well, right now because I slept 14 hours.
That is also the key to a healthy life is sleep.
Oh my God. What's going on with this? Let's break this myth. I hate what's going on in the Instagram maybe world, in the whatever hustle porn world.
Hustle porn?
Hustle porn, like the work thing that's going on.
Hustle.
Like you fucking hustle. How do you say? Yeah, sorry. It sounds like I'm saying asshole.
Yeah.
Hustle.
H-U. Hustle.
The hustle porn. That's so fucking wrong.
Porn?
Just sleep 3 hours a night. Yeah, wake up at 4 a.m. and work and work. And no. What are you doing? You're gonna die so young if you do that. What are you doing for?
Some people like it. See, it's like to each their own.
I disagree.
I think like certain people, like the Gary Vee guy's a big guy for that.
No, I know that's exactly what I'm talking about.
But I think that guy likes it. I think if you made that guy chill out, he would blow his brains out.
Here's the deal. It's fake. I follow all these people for documentaries.
Yeah.
Most of them, they advertise that lifestyle. None of them do it for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're sleeping all day.
No, they sell you a product that's that. They sell you their books, their programs, blah, blah, blah. They sell you that product.
Yeah.
They don't do it. No, that's not efficient. That does not work.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm with you. I wouldn't do it.
It doesn't work. Like sleep. There's a book called Why We Sleep from Professor Matthew Walker. It's brilliant. It basically, sleep is the only real cure for everything. It flushes out all the shit that just builds up on your neurons during the day. That's why sleep deprivation is one of the worst torture in life. In fact, people will admit, will confess murders they have not committed just to go back to sleep if they're sleep deprived. That's insane. Now, sleep is great for you. Of course, don't overdo it. Don't spend your day in bed.
Yeah,
but sleep
no.
like a healthy amount of time. Sleep at least 8 hours. Don't go to sleep.
You just have to like listen to your body. But also, there was a moment, not going to lie, I've never had mono, but I was so sleepy that I was like, do I have mono?
Wait, mono, is that mononucleosis? I'm confused about what mono is.
It basically is like you get it from like
Yeah.
kissing.
Mononucleosis?
Yeah,
Which is
like the 4-week
from
almost
kissing.
die thing. Yeah.
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 Well, I've done it once in college.
Had it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And once you have it, you're done.
You wait because I have.
That's how it works.
I know
apparently
someone
with
that has had it and it kind of came back later because it
Maybe
comes
that
and goes sometimes.
happens. I know that the rule when I had it was like, oh, it's better to have it now.
Is that chicken pox?
I thought it was
Basically like this. You build immunity and
Yeah.
then you're fine. And then you're good forever.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're like
didn't
a
have
positive carrier. How do you say that in English? You're like one of those
you
guys,
have
you have it in the background, like herpes or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
No, I did think about it
But
for a second, but I did not have it.
Did you-
I never went
you
to the
can get-
doctor.
You never went to the...
No, but I just have energy. Like one day I was like, oh, I'm fine. But maybe.
Okay, so maybe you didn't have it. Well, maybe you were just tired.
Maybe. I think that's what it was. But
Maybe
I
lack
said
of
it.
sleep.
I was telling people, I told my mom and dad, and they were like, oh, they were just so disgusted. And I guess don't tell
Disgusted?
people. Yes.
You were
Or maybe
sick.
my dad
Were
was
they
making
disgusted?
fun of me. Because I was like, I possibly may.
Mom, I feel sick. Oh, yuck.
It's terrible parents.
Yeah.
Why they were
Well,
disgusted?
it was mostly my dad.
Did you have food on your face when you said that to them?
No, but I think he just thinks it's like a sexual transmitted disease.
Oh.
Well, it is. But
No,
not,
but then
but
it-
not only.
But then
It
still,
can be.
like, Mom, I have AIDS. My mom's not going to be like, yuck. My mom's going to be like, oh, honey, well, now you don't die of AIDS anymore.
Yeah.
But it's you can go.
Maybe
a
I'll
whole
tell
lot.
my dad I have like something else. I'll say chlamydia. I'm gonna do it for Christmas
As a gift?
as a Christmas gag. Yes,
That's a good gift.
and I'll tape it.
The gag. Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you do. You give him
Right?
a
And then we'll
perfectly
see.
crafted, written, beautifully arced joke.
It's a good bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I hope that he says, "Ugh."
Can you film this?
Yeah,
I was
I'm
gonna say
filming
that,
it.
And
yeah.
then text it to us?
I will. I'll
Please,
put it on
thank you.
Instagram. But
Oh, okay.
Well, he asked for a personal text.
Oh,
Now
okay,
you're making
right.
it for everybody.
Well, if you share it publicly, if you're okay to share it publicly,
Oh, yeah.
equally okay. I just wanted to see it
yeah,
somehow.
no, I will. I'll send it to you.
Thank you. What joke you're gonna do to your mom? Because that's a great way to give gift. It's free.
Yeah.
It's art.
It's thoughtful.
It's like painting something. It's special.
It has to be bad.
Yeah.
It can't be.
Well, it has to be a little traumatic.
It has to be traumatic.
Otherwise, or not, or very, eye-opening joke. One of those things that are like, oh fuck, they
Maybe
put things
I'll
in perspective.
do that. I'll do an eye-opening one for my mom.
Yeah. Like
You
if
know.
if maybe you play a prank that everybody in their family died. And then the rush of gratitude when they realize they're
Yeah.
alive.
That's,
like when you have
that's a very stoic way of living life.
yeah, because then
Like
that's
you
like
die,
when you have a
and
bad
you're alive
nightmare and then you realize, nah, it's not true. You have a better day. You get that
Yeah.
feeling. You get that life
You
back.
start the day or whatever
Right.
with from the worst possible position. And then-
Only up from there.
And then well, pretty much that's what I'm saying. Stoics, the like all the Senecas and Marcus Aurelius, they were, like the ways like you are dead today, right now. Imagine that you fucking died today,
Yeah.
but then you're alive again.
And then you're just gonna live the best.
So everything else
day
is
I
a
give.
gift. Every other day is a gift.
Exactly.
I
So-
was learning about gratitude because I noticed I don't feel gratitude a lot. My wife's very grateful, and I was trying to get better at that. And I actually thought like I don't even know quite what that feels like. I was trying to think about when do I feel gratitude? What does that even emotion feel like? And I was really into. I was really like thinking about like, man, how am I gonna whatever? I was even Googling like how to feel gratitude, and I was really into trying to. And then this is crazy. I had this horrible nightmare, and I won't tell the nightmare, but I lost everything in the dream. Real visceral loss, like. I was gonna go to jails, this whole thing, and I woke up and I realized it wasn't true, and this massive rush of gratitude for every little thing that I was mildly stressed about over the previous, because that's what I was trying to do, turn stress into gratitude, because you have a bunch of stuff to be thankful for. Unbelievable, and it really blew my mind because I wanted that feeling, and then that dream gave it to me. It was pretty cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now after the dream, that shifted. You don't need to dream anymore. You're aware of that.
I'm more present to it. Yeah,
That's
so I just
great.
try to. At least I know what it feels like to get to that space.
Well, there's some ways of being grateful for even more smaller things.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Equally more important, like even the oxygen we're breathing right now.
Right.
As we take things for granted. How do you say that? That's the number one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they say if you don't drink food, you last 30 days. If you don't drink water, you last 3 days. If you don't breathe oxygen,
2 minutes.
You last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Barely. That's it. So imagine that. There's nothing else that gives you that short-term life, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, breath's an amazing thing if you get into that. If you get into being aware of your breath and using it a little bit, it's an amazing thing.
Do you meditate?
Yeah, I just got into all that, and I realized
I do the meditation through breathing from Sam Harris. It's great.
Yeah,
And
game changer.
I know, I need to do it.
And you're more aware of your perception, your sensorial things, and the whole aspect of reality itself. It's
your thoughts.
Yeah,
you're aware of your thoughts, because you'll think a thought and it'll just fly on by and affect you, and you won't even think about it. But if you meditate more, it kind of primes you to be seeing that thought. Like, I don't like that thought, and then you don't think it.
You become a filter.
Yeah.
That you kind of observe what's going on more far away. The downside to me, to be honest, if I have to be, completely honest, I feel like I'm feeling a lot less since Jesus Christ, Korea. The verbs of a lifetime. I feel less. Whether it's a positive thing or a negative thing, I used to, I'm an Italian Scorpio. I fucking get excited about shit or enraged about stuff. And now I'm more calm in everything. I'm like, do I miss the crazy person that I was before?
Yeah.
I cannot do. So now it's all a little bit more standardized and more. It's not standardized. That's not the right term, but it's more mellow. Everything. There's nothing that affects me negatively or positively that much anymore. I miss getting enraged sometimes. I miss getting hilariously pissing my pants sometimes, or out of laughs, or crazy, or cry out of something positive or negative. Again, like.
But it also keeps you able to keep doing what you're doing. So like even anything like in entertainment, you have ups and downs and lows, and these it keeps you to be like, okay, I'm not gonna let that ruin me for a month of depression, or I'm not gonna you're not as affected. But do you also think that maybe that extra extreme high is something that could help you in your creativity?
Yes. Okay. That's what I miss.
You're like,
No, that's true. No, you're describing a very particular moment, which is the pikes. How do you say the spikes in English? Like the
spike.
The spike ups and downs. Those create art. Whatever we're doing, whether it's a joke or photos or a movie idea, whatever the fuck we're doing, they're smoothened down by meditation. I feel everything's a little bit more mellow. I don't know. Do I miss it? Yes. And do I think my art's getting a little bit more, my creativity is a little bit more normalized? Maybe, but maybe not, because then I get super high. Marijuana, of course.
Yeah, and
that's,
then you get
all legal stuff. And then, all the thoughts get unlocked again. And then that's the thing. The reaction is more controlled on things that are happening.
Okay.
So I have to rearrange my whole creative process to this now.
Yeah, and figure it out.
I don't know.
But also, sometimes it kind of hurts you, because I know my first serious relationship was so high and low, and it was so extreme fighting and extreme things happening, and he would always tell me, well, this is what love is.
Oh,
and
shit.
I think I got addicted to chaos.
So
so when in my dating life, I think I always feel that high connection with someone that is there's these ups and crazy downs, that I'm like, oh, this is love, and this is freaking me out. So now I'm like, I need more of this. And that's where I get confused sometimes. And when you actually get into a good relationship, I'm learning it's going to be it's going to be fine. It's not so highs and lows, but I don't know. I'm figuring
I
it
don't
out.
know. I don't know what love is because I can't fall in love anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Sad thing. But love is a drug.
Love is a
So
drug.
if you treat love as heroin, which is very similar, by the way, in your brain,
Yes.
try not to overdose. According to, we discussed this, me, you, Samir, when we have our late night conversations.
Yeah. It's an addiction.
Love is a very addictive chemical in your brain, and if you treat it like alcohol or heroin, straight up heroin, like you could die out of overdose of love.
Yeah.
You just, you have to keep in control. But how
Yeah.
you do that?
Well,
Then are you living? Are you really loving
or you just in
for
lust.
real? If you keep it control, you know what I mean? Like, are you really experiencing love? If you calm it down a little bit. No, maybe you should embrace the whole madness and chaos that comes with it, and just enjoy the fucking ride.
I guess so. Maybe it's just
What's
the way.
what's
it's
the
different
rule?
For everyone.
There's no rule.
There's
I don't
no
know.
rules. You're right. So stop living to what I think is supposed to be and just enjoy it.
I think it is gonna be different with everybody you're gonna date,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, have you ever had a relationship that would just match in exactly another relationship? No.
No, not at all.
I mean, at least I've never had that. Maybe someone had. I don't know. Like, you can't relive the pattern because we're insanely different, and plus you add another person in it, and then the whole final equation, it's a whole scrambled result that just makes no sense. But that's like, I'm a big advocate of never living together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even if you're married for 30 years, separate houses.
Huh. Yeah,
And
I've heard
I think it's becoming more popular because
Or
you
have-
never have to deal. The tight spaces force you to friction. Like, living in the same space, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. Even if you're the most loving person, you're both extremely in love. It's the happiest family on earth. Living in the same space will bring to some shit happening. Of course, this is gonna create some crazy housing crisis because we're gonna have to double the amount of homes in the planet.
Yeah, no, but I don't know if I used to think that before. So when I was in a long relationship for 5 years, and that was someone that I thought I was going to marry, I never, even the idea of like, this is 5 years in, he would say, oh, I saw an apartment I live in West Hollywood. And he was like, I have an apartment. I found something I could move into in West Hollywood. And I'm like, no, you can't live in my city. You need to stay in a different area. Like, that makes no sense. But also in that moment, we should have been thinking about moving in together. But for me, I was like, no, you keep your space in a different town. And then we could but also I want to enjoy that area, like Silver Lake, and then I'll enjoy my area. We could both have both places.
Yeah.
But I do realize that person had a double life. So I think that you should live with someone. I think it's like, before, if you want to get married, I definitely want to move in with someone to...
If you're in your married stage, you're going to live together, yes. You should test it before.
Yes.
If you're never going to live together, even if you get married, why ruin the whole thing?
Yeah,
also, here's when you said that, I was just like, the geographical aspect is a big metaphor of who you are as an individual.
Okay.
Like, when you are moving in together and you're living in the same area, your identity merges with this other person's identity. So you kind of lose something. People think, oh, I'm gonna be more complete when I find my other half. That's BS, straight up. No, you're gonna lose a part of you that's just gonna dissolve into this other person thing. And maybe it's beautiful. I don't know. I don't think it is. Personal opinion. Maintaining different geographical positions in the city allows you to maintain your integrity and your individuality. You never really dissolve into something less.
Yeah.
And does that make sense?
It definitely makes sense. I mean,
of course, it's sad because then you never really leave the whole
but
ride.
You guys, what you have to understand is, Carlo and I mean, I just recently got it. I'm going to talk about it all the time. I just got into a relationship, like, not that long ago, but I was single for a good 5 years and living my best life.
Are you sure you want to talk about this?
No, but Carlo and I, we were both commitment phobic. and that was a part of the issue.
We were what phobic?
Like commitment phobic-ish?
Ish?
Ish?
It's my biggest fear.
Okay, yeah. All right. So me-ish, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that I would argue, therapeutically, you need to partner up in the same place the most if you're commitment phobic. Because on the other side of your fear is...
If you're trying to win the fears, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, if you want to maintain the fear, yeah, of course.
Yeah. All my fears
he said
are...
it's the best fear.
All my
to
fears
have.
make me who I am.
Yeah. But I think you don't know yourself if you haven't experienced the other side of the fear.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I win all my fears, it's not me anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But it might actually be the real, truest sense of you.
I don't know.
There's
like,
a case to be made.
Are we really ourselves only when we don't have all the negative things?
No, it's only when you understand the depth of what you react to in the negative things.
But that's the thing. The awareness. I'm aware of all my fears and all the, all my shit, my germophobia.
But you may
OCD,
not know what the
compulsive.
experiences are on the other side of facing those fears in their completeness.
True. However,
and you don't necessarily know what you are on the other side of that.
True. And there's all my other fears that they block me from, jumping out of a plane. I don't really fucking care about that shit.
Yeah.
But like the commitment one, that doesn't allow me to jump out of a plane metaphorically in a relationship.
Right.
Just throw yourself into the deep, thick love of something. Maybe I got burned before, and this is just a straight up reaction to whatever happens, which is 100% exactly what it is. Now that I said that out loud.
Wow, this is a good therapy session.
But that's the thing. Like, I think if I lose all my fears, it's not Carlo anymore.
Mm. It's definitely not this Carlo.
All the quirkiness that
comes. But it
comes
could be a different cool
it's
version.
Definitely
it's a butterfly, but you're still the same
different
caterpillar.
Carlo. Better Carlo? I don't know. Do I want to not have the fears that keep me alive and make me do things all the time? Because, by the way, all the fears that I have, that I'm describing, force me into an alternate path that just, I have a career thanks to that. I have wonderful friends. I'm surrounded by wonderful people thanks to my FOMO and my fear of missing out and my fear of commitment and like my freedom, my independence, blah, 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 all these things. Do I want to give up on that?
I've always thought the same thing about just ambition in general, that I think ambition for me just comes from not a good place, but I'm like, but I like it. I like my ambition, but I know it doesn't come from a healthy place. But, you kind of go, but I'm happy. There's things that I'm not happy about. I must change. And then there's things that don't bother me, but I know they don't come from a good place, that I'm like, I'm not going to change that.
It's about the results.
Yeah.
If it comes from a negative place, but they give you a positive outcome.
There you go.
Why remove that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. To your point about fear, about staying over there.
So the opposite is true also. Like if it comes from a positive thing, but they give you a negative, it's not true. The opposite should be readjusted to give you a positive spin.
Yeah.
If something comes from a good way, like a good thing, like I don't know, an example would be I love living the whole experience of love and going through nightmares and have like, I love commitment, and then you are miserable. You should maybe rearrange that into having like a more positive outcome. Right?
Yeah.
And again, like, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want, but do what works for you.
Well, I do feel like in the commitment world of maybe I was looking for something, but I was always looking for someone that was not able to commit. And that I found attractive. That's what I was drawn to. You have something to say? What? But that's commitment phobic too.
Was it the situation or was the person?
But there's many other situations, maybe the one that you're thinking, but I'm saying like in general, every time I realized, like every time I was really into someone was because they weren't giving me something back. And I'm like, I need more. I need to get this. And that's like...
Well, scarcity. That's number one. That's what drives marketing.
Yeah. But like also, do you think though, because I am so not able to be intimate with someone, and I was always like so reserved and I wouldn't talk about my feelings, that I was always with people that were the same as me. So we were never ever getting close. Like even in my 5-year relationship that the person had a double life, I never expressed my feelings. I was fine seeing him once in a while. I was so like, and even though that was a committed relationship on my part, but it was also not that a real relationship.
Was it,
were you attracted to,
were you maintaining the beginning honeymoon phase, or that's forever? You were just.
It was like that.
You were never trying to cross over the hump.
I will tell you this: in that 5-year relationship, we had never really fought. Never.
You never really what?
We never really had fights. It was very
So I thought you said.
Yeah, fucked.
Yeah, that's
we
what
never fucked or we fought. We never fucked or fought.
Oh, you didn't.
Well, you
didn't
never
fuck either?
fucked?
Yes. Remember I told you?
You never fucked?
Yes, because he was cheating on me, but also like I'm pretty sure, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not completely out, but I'm pretty sure like he wasn't. I don't know.
I remember
might
this
not,
situation.
He might be bisexual. Let's just say that.
Well, you were doing what? It's very common in people to just go from a honeymoon phase to another honeymoon phase, and just like the whole casual dating.
Yeah.
You're always only leaving the highs of the beginning.
No, and I think that's what I'm.
And that's nice, but what are you gonna do? But the argument you can make is like the Romeo and Juliet thing, that they love. There's two ways of seeing that. You fall in love and you die. That's what happens, metaphorically. Or you fall in love and you end it at the climax.
Like, we can't.
At the beginning of, they can't get higher than that. You just end it there. Of course, without killing yourself, you just end it there. Yeah. And that there's some, I forgot, it was just Carl Jung, whatever, one of those Freud philosophers guys, that were just saying, honeymoon phase, you end it at the highest. Mm-hmm. And then you immortalize it there. That's gonna stay there. In 10 years, you meet that person again, you're still up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think they call it like serial monogamy.
Yeah.
It's like a phrase for that, because you're monogamous, but you're rolling through it constantly. So you're not a total fuckboy where you're just constantly never committing and just fucking around.
Yeah.
But it's like relationship peak gone.
But then are you an addict? Are you an addict if you do that? Maybe, because you're chasing a very specific, unique feeling of a high in a relationship that only happens once at that moment in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, maybe that's been my life for a long time.
That's okay.
But I will tell you right now, in this very new relationship, your face is funny. We have had a lot of fights, I felt like. And
you have had?
We've had fights, and I'm like, it's not been that long, but it's also like ends up being okay, and it's also like, oh, that's it. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, I don't know if I can ever, like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't, but it's now feeling normal. I'm like, oh, this is actually a good thing to feel, having, if you have a problem, that's what it is. Maybe now.
You come through the problem.
Basically, talking about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's nice.
Because before I'd be like, it's not that big of a deal. Let's just forget about it. I won't mention it. I'm not going to
Or it makes you closer. It brings you closer.
I hope so.
Because you find yourself in the middle and you compromise and you do the work. Mm-hmm. And then you
have great makeup
love each
sex,
other.
Right?
Yeah, you anger sex, makeup sex, and
anger sex,
violent sex.
Oh, 10. Oh, cool. All right, we have 10. So let's.
What
are topics that you have? You got some topics.
Well, that's the thing. Like I was gonna introduce, like at the question, what would you like to talk about? It was either, the meaning of life, or if anything we do has a reason and is free will exists and everything, or first date anal.
Let's do first date anal.
Have you ever done first date anal?
I have never done first date anal. Have
I've
you?
never. No. FDA. Have you ever done FDA?
No. No.
I've never done. I've done anal.
Whoa.
But we were
dating
deep into months of relationship. And that's a thing that I'm curious to know. Is like, do people do that? Because apparently, I was in Utah recently.
Oh, okay.
Where?
Utah.
Oh.
And that's a thing in Utah, because to go around the rules of religion, there's either soaking. You know soaking? Okay. Soaking is going inside, whether it's vagina or anus, and don't move. You just soak there.
Oh.
And that's technically, religious-wise, you're not really fucking. And I'm like, you're not fucking. Just going in is the movement, and going out, you're gonna go out. Going out at some point. That's soaking, and that's allowed before marriage, I guess.
So
I mean, you can fuck after marriage. And then anal apparently is really hot in those states, areas where you just do that because it's not specified in the Bible. I don't know what they
Mormons.
read.
Yeah, no, I was a Christian for a little while, and big thing was you like oral. You'd be like, well, that's not sex. So people be blowing each other left and right. Yeah, it's all silly.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Which is weird because for me, I think I would rather have sex. I would have sex with someone and not do oral.
Well, kissing. Was that Pretty Woman? I can't remember. Kissing is more intimate than fucking.
Yeah.
Is that Pretty Woman?
Yeah, I think so. Well, as a prostitute,
yeah. But I'm saying, like, I realize that, like, kissing is more intimate than having sex. Having sex, unless you're making love, you're just doing all the things in once. But if you're just fucking, that's very, impersonal.
Yeah, it is.
It became that. It's sad, but also, who gives a shit? Kissing is more.
And that's why I do think, like, if people wait to have sex, if you want to be in a relationship or want it to be meaningful,
you have to wait to kiss.
That's what people. You have to wait to kiss.
We don't kiss until we're married.
But could be a thing. No, but I think that you end up kissing a lot, and that might get you more like closer because it's intimate.
Or you get more mono.
Or you just or you're passing mono to way too many people, and you're the problem.
I think it's gorgeous that we're kissing more and having more sex and having more FDA.
I just have a question. Do you have
PDA?
No, FDA is first date anal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, actually.
I don't know if I will. But what is the craziest? I don't know if craziest thing I've ever done on a first date. Do you have anything that you've done?
I had, there wasn't even a date. I had sex on the bathroom of a plane with a girl that I met at the airport that night. And and it was incredible.
Oh my gosh,
it was did. Incredible. I took a photo on the map of the plane. We were literally on the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
You met her on the plane?
I met her at LAX the night that I was flying back from LA to Europe. I was flying to Austria and then go to Italy. And then we meet, we clicked, and then we said goodbye because we have another flight to Philadelphia or something that.
But you were on the same flight too.
Different flight initially.
Oh.
And then we board the same flight to Austria in Philadelphia.
Oh my gosh.
And we just knew. We just looked at each other and like, oh shit, it's happening. And then my seats next to me were all open. She was sitting somewhere else. She comes to sit next to me. We start making out. We start, going a little bit more intense. There's families around, so we're obviously. Is this legal, by the way? Should I share this story?
Yeah, no,
is
it
legal
definitely
to
legal.
fucking? It's definitely legal.
No idea.
It's probably it's been 10 years, so it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah,
I'm sure it's fine.
10 years, yeah. 2008, perfect.
Perfect.
Maybe 2010. Well, who gives a shit? 2010. So by this comes out 2020, I'm fine.
Yeah.
If you need me to hold it out till 2020,
just another week.
Okay, sure.
Basically, we stand up. She goes to the bathroom first. I go in after a second, and we have the most intense, insane, probably even not too long, but very intense.
Yeah.
Sex on the bathroom of the plane. Thank God it was like one of those planes that have like some room in the bathroom. Now it was just like not like a tiny space.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the first time we met that same day. And I don't think it ever happened before. Like when I just meet someone. Oh wait, it happened in bars. What am I talking about? Like you meet someone and then you have sex. Yeah, but it's not fun. I have to make up these excuses.
That's like out of your element. You're not in your world. You're not just in your like bar safety zone. That's like a different.
Is it safer a bar?
No, but I'm like you're more comfortable. Like you're drinking. It's night. You're dancing. Oh,
it makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. I was on a family trip to Italy, and I was on a plane.
Family trip
with my mom and my dad and my brother, and the flight attendant was gorgeous, and he was totally flirting with me, and I kept thinking he gave me his phone number. We exchanged numbers, and then I remember going to the bathroom, and he bombarded me in the bathroom. And it was just like, hey there. And I was like, am I going to fuck the flight attendant right now? My parents are here.
Did you?
I didn't.
Fuck!
I know. I couldn't. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't do it.
Why?
My mom probably would have been like, do it.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't. But he was beautiful. And it's one of those things.
We have his number.
I mean, this was also 10 years ago.
You're right. Yes. So we're safe legally.
Yes. We're both good. We're both. That was interesting. We were going through the same thing at the same time.
Well, that was insane. At that time, it was enough. one look, and you knew. I'm like, what the fuck happened that I just...
Yeah.
I don't know anything anymore. I don't know what's going on here. I can't read people's minds anymore.
Yeah. Well, we should probably wrap up. Actually, that was really fucking interesting. We didn't even get through any of my topics.
Oh shit! What? Wait, what was the one that you wanted?
I didn't have anything that great. I didn't, to be honest.
Wait, so how do we wrap this up? I've never wrapped a podcast.
So basically, do you have anything you want to plug? You want to tell people again, remind them about your show on Hulu, your Instagram?
My show is called All the Pizza. It's playing on Hulu and Apple Plus and Amazon Prime actually too, and it's a psychedelic journey through the subculture of pizza. And if you love pizza, you love it. And be prepared to want it really hard to eat pizza while watching the show. What else? Oh, my movie that I directed and produced, the American Unit. It's called Friedkin and Kat. It's played in theaters right now. It's a documentary about William Friedkin. That's one of the things that I'm the most proud of that I've ever worked on. That got me to, talk to Tarantino for 3 hours in his house, and Matthew McConaughey and all these interesting people. I think it came back in theater at the Arena Cine Lounge in LA, and it's in New York. It opened in London, Berlin. I don't know if it's still in theater right now, but it just happened like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh wow! Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. And then what else? I don't know. So
What's
many
your
things.
Instagram?
My Instagram is @Carlo Alberto Orecchia, and you'll see a bunch of analog film, medium format photos. That's my Instagram. There's more stuff on my website, but yeah. There's some stuff on All the Pizza and Freaking and Cat on my Instagram too. But yeah, that's my life. And then, try to have a good time.
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of life lessons and important information from you today.
Did you?
I did.
Did we?
I did, as always.
FDA.
Yes.
Yeah, FDA approved. FDA approved.
First day anal. That's something very important that we should get out there.
I agree. Yes, it's let's register FDA.com if it's not taken yet.
What are the odds that's not taken?
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This has been a really good time.
God. Yes, likewise.
But thank you guys for listening to this week. Lorraine Lopez loves Carlo Alberto Orecchia.
Yes, Lorraine Lopez. Lorena, grazie.
Grazie.